The 2025 Atlantic hurricane season, which had been relatively quiet, roared to life with the dramatic formation of Hurricane Erin. What began as a seemingly standard tropical wave off the coast of Africa quickly gathered its strength over the unusually warm waters of the Atlantic Ocean. Meteorologists watched closely as the system organized, becoming Tropical Storm Erin. However, what happened next was truly remarkable and set a new benchmark for this season. The storm underwent a process known as rapid intensification, a phenomenon where a storm's wind speeds increase dramatically in a very short period. This process is a clear signal of immense power being drawn from the ocean below. On Saturday, August 16, 2025, Erin's transformation was nothing short of explosive. In less than a full day, it intensified from a tropical storm into a monstrous Category 5 hurricane, a truly rare and historic event. At its peak, its winds were ferocious, making it only the fifth Category 5 storm on record to form on or before this date in August. Watching the satellite imagery was like witnessing a force of nature awaken in real time. The storm developed a perfectly circular, clear eye, which is the hallmark of an exceptionally powerful and well-organized hurricane. This rapid growth served as an urgent reminder of how quickly conditions can change during hurricane season. This incredible surge in strength put everyone in the potential path on high alert. A storm of this magnitude carries the potential for catastrophic damage, and its sudden arrival left little time for leisurely preparation. Erin became the first hurricane and the first major hurricane of the 2025 season, instantly making headlines around the world. As of today, August 17th, the storm has slightly weakened to a Category 3 due to an eye wall replacement cycle, a natural process for intense hurricanes. Even with this slight decrease in wind speed, Erin remains a formidable and dangerous major hurricane, churning in the Atlantic with sustained winds of 125 miles per hour. The historical significance of Erin cannot be overstated. It is now the 43rd Category 5 hurricane ever recorded in the Atlantic Basin, and its formation marks the fourth consecutive year that the Atlantic has produced a storm of such devastating potential. This trend has scientists and forecasters concerned, as it points to a pattern of more intense storms developing more frequently. As Erin moves forward, its journey is being tracked with extreme precision, as millions of people watch and wait, hoping it continues its path away from land and out into the open ocean, where its power can dissipate harmlessly. Even though Hurricane Erin's powerful core, the eye wall, is forecast to miss direct landfall, its immense size means its impacts are still being felt across the northern Caribbean islands. Puerto Rico and the US and British Virgin Islands have experienced a very close call with the storm. As Erin passed to the north, its outer rain bands lashed the islands with tropical storm-force winds and torrential downpours. The National Weather Service in San Juan issued warnings for winds reaching up to 50 miles per hour, strong enough to down tree limbs and cause significant power disruptions across the region, adding to the anxiety of residents. The most immediate and widespread problem has been the loss of electricity. In Puerto Rico, which has a notoriously fragile power grid, over 159,000 customers have already been plunged into darkness. These outages create a cascade of other issues, affecting everything from water pumps to communication services. Beyond the winds, the sheer volume of rain is a major threat. Forecasters have predicted rainfall totals between 3 and 6 inches, with some isolated areas potentially seeing up to 9 inches. This amount of rain falling in a short time on mountainous terrain creates a serious risk of flash floods, landslides, and life-threatening mudslides. The ocean itself has become a dangerous place. Erin is churning up massive waves and generating powerful, life-threatening rip currents along the coasts of Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, Hispaniola, and the Turks and Caicos. Authorities have issued strong warnings for people to stay away from the beaches and out of the water. The beautiful coastlines, normally dotted with swimmers and tourists, have been transformed into scenes of violent, churning surf. These hazardous conditions are expected to continue for several days, posing a persistent threat to coastal communities and marine interests long after the storm's center has passed. For the residents of these islands, it is a tense and familiar waiting game. Many have vivid memories of past devastating hurricanes like Maria, and the sound of the wind and rain brings back a sense of unease. While there is a collective sigh of relief that the storm's catastrophic Category 5 core is staying offshore, the impacts are still very real and disruptive. The flooding can damage homes and infrastructure, the power outages can last for days, and the threat of landslides can force evacuations from vulnerable areas. This close shave is a powerful reminder that you don't need a direct hit to feel a hurricane's wrath. In the face of Hurricane Erin's menacing approach, governments and emergency agencies across the northern Caribbean moved swiftly to prepare for the worst-case scenario. Learning from the hard lessons of past storms, authorities in Puerto Rico took proactive measures. They announced that 367 government-inspected shelters were ready to be opened if necessary, providing a safe haven for residents in flood-prone or structurally weak homes. The U.S. federal government also pre-deployed over 200 personnel from FEMA and other agencies to the island to ensure that support and resources would be available immediately if the storm's track shifted unexpectedly southward. The response from the public has been a mix of caution and defiance. On the one hand, many residents took the warnings very seriously, stocking up on essentials like water, batteries, and non-perishable food. In the days leading up to Erin's closest approach, lines could be seen at grocery stores and gas stations as people made their final preparations. On the other hand, despite repeated and urgent warnings from officials to avoid the coastline, some people, including both locals and tourists, were seen gathering near the beaches in Puerto Rico to witness the powerful waves crashing ashore. Most, however, wisely kept their distance from the dangerous surf. In the nearby islands, such as the Turks and Caicos and the southeastern Bahamas, similar preparations were underway. A tropical storm warning was issued for the Turks and Caicos, meaning that tropical storm conditions were expected within 36 hours. Officials there also readied shelters and urged residents to secure their homes and listen closely to official advisories. This level of coordinated preparation is crucial in a region so frequently threatened by hurricanes. The goal is always to be over-prepared rather than under-prepared, as the path and intensity of these storms can change with very little notice, leaving no time for last-minute actions. The reaction of tourists caught in the storm's path varied. Many had their vacation plans disrupted with flights canceled and beach activities suspended. Some expressed anxiety about the storm, while others tried to make the best of the situation, observing the raw power of nature from the safety of their hotels. Local business owners, particularly those in the tourism sector, faced the dual challenge of ensuring the safety of their guests, while also worrying about potential damage to their properties. The entire situation highlights the delicate balance between living in a tropical paradise and coexisting with the powerful forces of nature that shape it. The explosive intensification of Hurricane Erin is a stark illustration of a trend that climate scientists have been warning about for years. Hurricanes derive their energy from warm ocean water, and as global temperatures rise, the oceans absorb a significant amount of this excess heat. This creates a more favorable environment for storms to form, and more importantly, to strengthen at an alarming rate. Erin's jump from a tropical storm to a Category 5 hurricane in under a day was fueled by sea surface temperatures that are well above the long-term average. This makes forecasting more challenging, and reduces the critical time communities have to prepare for a major hit. This connection between warmer oceans and more intense hurricanes is a key focus of climate change research. While the overall number of storms in a season may not necessarily increase, scientists believe the proportion of storms that become major hurricanes, Category 3 or higher, is likely to rise. Erin is a textbook example of this modern-day hurricane profile: powerful, fast to intensify, and carrying immense amounts of moisture. The heavy rainfall associated with these storms is also linked to a warmer atmosphere, which can hold more water vapor, leading to more extreme flooding and landslide events when the storm makes landfall or passes nearby. Looking ahead, Hurricane Erin is just the beginning of what is predicted to be an unusually busy 2025 Atlantic hurricane season. Forecasters have called for a high-activity season, with predictions of 6 to 10 hurricanes, of which 3 to 5 could become major hurricanes like Erin. We have already seen 5 named storms, and we are still only in the middle of August, with the peak of the season, September, still to come. This forecast, combined with the reality of climate change's influence, means that coastal communities from the Caribbean to the U.S. East Coast must remain on high alert for the next several months. Ultimately, Hurricane Erin's close pass serves as a critical wake-up call. While the Caribbean may have been spared a direct catastrophe this time, the storm is a clear signal of the heightened risks we face. It underscores the importance of robust emergency preparedness, investment in resilient infrastructure like stronger power grids, and a global commitment to addressing the root causes of climate change. As Erin churns northward into the open Atlantic, its legacy will be the urgent reminder that the threat of stronger, more dangerous hurricanes is not a distant problem. It is here now, and we must be ready for it.